Alright, so this will be a real hard one. Last year I made a video ranking the top 10 best release characters in 2021. This year we're ranking the top 10 best characters that released in 2022 and also the worst. That will be a separate video. But this year we got a lot of good units. Like legitimately, like looking at the selection here, we got so many good units this year. It was really tough putting this together, especially ranking them. And how I'm ranking these is obviously characters. The first character that came out in 2022, the first character was Green Sauriel. He was the first banner of 2022. The last banner was obviously Meliodas. The main thing I'm ranking is how impactful the characters were at launch, but I'm also considering how well they aged as well so far. How impactful they are at launch is my biggest criteria though. Like how much did they spice up the meta? I'm very biased for PvP here, but I guess PvE also counts. It's just that PvP, you play more, right? In Grand Cross. So I'm a little bit biased for that, but regardless, I am going to start with the honorable mentions. Again, this year was tough. Like there are so many good characters that came out this year. I mean, I guess 2021 as well, but especially, like so many of these characters are still relevant. It's crazy. Bumps into their release. So starting off with honorable mentions, I have to start with one of my favorite characters that came out this year. Now for me, he is great. I think at launch he was really, really great, very underrated. But realistically, he's already kind of dead because of Escanor. It's unfortunate. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. And while his meta was a little short-lived, I wouldn't even call it meta. I loved using the guy, so I think I want to put him in honorable mentions. Freyr, he isn't very good in PvP, but God, he's good in all demonic beasts, and I think that really counts for something. Great unit, and one that, you know, if you don't have multiple dupes off, you really feel bad for it. This character might be a little controversial. I'm putting Merlin in honorable mentions. I'm not actually putting her on the list, only because she was absolutely god-awful at launch. She is good now, right? After she got Philo, after she got, you know, stuff for her, she became actually really good. Her meta was very short-lived. You know, the Philo, Merlin, Echidna meta was very short-lived. It lasted like, what, a month? And it's already dead. Like, you can use that with Nanashi right now, but it's not great. So she didn't age very well either, but I think she didn't impact enough that I want to put her there alongside one of my favorites. So I think you understand my position there. Also, Bon, very used, but you know, he's just an attack her from the back. So, you know, I didn't want to put him on the list, but you use him like all the time, right, for a lot of stuff. All right, so number 10. So I have it like this: 8 to 10, 5, 7, 2 to 4, 1. So it's better for for your view here, right? So first one on my list will be, where is it? Brynhilder. So Brynhilder also had a very short-lived meta. It lasted longer than Merlin. It's already dead, right? But she had a meta nonetheless. It was a really powerful meta, very oppressive. It was in everyone's top 100 defense team, but I can't put her anything above 10 because it was, again, a very short-lived meta that was very powerful. It was like, if you faced one and you went second against it, it was really hard to come back from it. But it wasn't like impossible either. It wasn't like going second against like an Askener that got level 3. It wasn't impossible, but it was really tough. Number 9 is Echidna. I think she just brings a lot to the table. You know, she's great support, everything like that. I love the character. I think she's really fun to use. And above her, though, I mean, there's not much else to say about her. Like, she's a great character. It's just, she's just great at what she does, and then there's not much else after that. Liz. I actually thought of putting her higher. But when I looked at all the other characters from the list, it was really hard to do that. It was really hard to do that because all these characters were so impactful. Liz was very impactful for a lot of things. Especially, I feel like PvE competitive game modes. I'm adjusting the shot a little bit. You know, guild boss, final boss, stuff like that. She was very impactful in those regards. And then in PvP, she's pretty good. But when you look at the other characters I'm gonna put here, you're gonna understand why she's so low. She's a great character. It's just so many characters released this year that are so great. And right after her, I'm putting... Where is he? Where the hell is he? Rimuru. Rimuru was insane at launch. He was absurd, and he was absurd for a long time. He's still great. He's not what he once was when he released in April or something, right? March? I don't remember. I'm pulling it up. He released many months ago. Oh, I have it right here. Where did he release? April. He released in April, and he's still good. Like, after all these amazing characters we got, he was so oppressive. He absolutely annihilated PvP. So I think he deserves to be above Liz. And he's still kind of low, right? 7? But it's because above him I have Reinhardt. Like, come on, Reinhardt. Like, Reinhardt was insane. Look at all these insane characters we got this year. Like, how were we saving for festival banners when these characters were coming out? How do you skip Rimuru? How do you don't skip Reinhardt. You don't skip Rimuru. Rimuru came out with Echidna as well. Like these, no, sorry, no, not Rimuru. Reinhardt came out with Echidna as well. Such an insane banner. Two really amazing characters. So this year was so stacked. Really tough to actually save gems for. I think I made for a second I thought I made like a blunder here, and I actually didn't put 10 characters. Now, for number 5, so that was number 6, was Reinhardt. For number 5, I have Diane. She wasn't very great at launch, but hey, Tarmiao Link came out, so guess what? She makes the list. She is still really amazing, right? With Tarmiao Link, she's still a very oppressive character because you can taunt with her, your team gets 40% damage reduction, and it's really tough to kick her out of that stance so you can get to the characters you actually want to get to at this point in time on the meta. Or you can even use her ultimate, which is also really powerful. So Diane is still a very meta-relevant character. Great unit. Just above her, though, I have Astaroth. Amazing character at launch. Still amazing. He's meta right now, right? He's currently meta. So amazing character at launch. Super powerful. He's amazing at what he does. He buffs the whole team. Oppressive character. He does so much damage. Super tanky. He's just all around an amazing unit. The only thing I really hate about Astaroth, which didn't knock his points down, but I despise, is that they retroactively made his passive worse, right? Like in PvE, his passive worked essentially anywhere where you attack the enemy and it applies darkness. But then the new bosses that are coming out cannot have darkness applied to them, which I think is dumb. They are essentially cutting him from being able to be used in PvE. But hey, it is what it is. Still a fantastic character, though. I think I put him above these characters because he's currently meta relevant. And also he was just insane. Demons were so insane. But number 2, I actually have... This was actually tough. I was thinking of putting him number 1. But I have Tarmiao. Now, you might be sitting here and like, you're really putting Tarmiao. Oh, sorry, number 3. I have Tarmiao. No, you know what? I was going to put Tarmiao number 3, right? I'm changing my mind. I'm putting Milio as number 3. I'm putting Tarmiao number 2. I almost messed it up. I was going to put Tarmiao number 3 and then Melee number 2. But I'm doing the opposite. I think Melee is insane. He's so good that he makes the number 1 character that came out this year, actually have competition, which I think is insane, right? Askener was so oppressively strong that I felt like they would have to make a character that's insane to be able to compete with Askener, and that's what they did. But I still put him below Tarmiao, because Tarmiao completely changed how the game is played. Genuinely, he completely changed the way we played the game. Tarmiao Link is the dumbest thing they've ever released. I think Askener is this like a stupid character that, maybe is way too strong, and that's why I put him at number 1. Like, there's no character that came out this year that is nearly as oppressive at launch as Askener is. Like, legitimately, if you're playing PvP until like last week without having, Askener, there was no other team. Askener was the only team. either you were using Escanor or you were losing. There was no other option. Either you use Escanor with X team or you use Escanor with another team, but you had to use Escanor. Now, Melee is a thing and you can actually win with Melee. But he's still super like powerful. Most people are still using Escanor alongside Melee, right? But Tarmiel Link not only carried the end to actually being good, but she genuinely made us completely change the way we play the game. Every single match, you need to pay attention to who has Tarmiel Link, because it's just a stupid Link. So I think he's number 2. He's just in terms of who's a game-changing character, Tarmiel has to be up there. I was gonna put him number 1. I was thinking these 3 characters are super insane, right? I was gonna put him number 1. Like, think about it. Like, yeah, Escanor as a unit, he's super strong. But think about Tarmiel Link. Tarmiel Link is insane. So, Tarmiel, I think, deserves number 2. For his Link, really. But, nonetheless. So, that's the end. Those are the top, in my opinion. You can say for yourself, or what do you think are the top 10 characters that came out this year? Maybe you say, actually, I think Zeldris is, you know, in the top 10. I think this DN, for whatever reason, is in the top 10. Saria. I don't know. It's maybe the way you play the game. Maybe you don't have all these characters, so you can't really say, oh, I think Rimuru is not really all that good because I face him all the time and I win. I think Philo should be there. That's valid, right? How would I say were my favorite characters? Because I'm not going to make a favorite character list. But I'm not going to make like a separate video for that. So right here, and for the ones that are going to be skipping to the end, they're going to be so confused. I'm going to order my favorite characters that came out this year. My favorite characters. I think my favorite character was Escanor. I mean, yeah, that's kind of like dumb because, you know, he's super strong, right? So obviously I'm gonna like him. But it's Escanor, of course I like him. It's my favorite character. I think Echidna's up there. I think Naofumi is also up there. Melee's up there. I think these are my top 4. Estarossa has to be up there. Actually, I'm gonna bump down Echidna. No. I really liked using Echidna. I'll keep Echidna. I think I liked using Echidna more than I liked using Estarossa. I think I liked using Estarossa more than I liked using Melee. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I hate Tarmiel. I'm not gonna put him on the list. I despise Tarmiel. He really just made the game worse. I'm not exaggerating. He made the game worse. I like Zeldris. Not that much. I really liked Mono. I hope she gets a good relic, man. Oh, how can I forget Rimuru? I really liked Mono. She was so fun because no one was expecting until, like, you know, everyone realized what Mono does. So much fun to run when she first came out, but right now she's terrible. She needs like a really good relic, and I hope she does. This is tough. As much as I like Reinhard, I hated using him because he's so random. I like Green Saurio. I think Green Saurio much. I'll put Zeldris. Zeldris is cool because he's Zeldris, right? He's so cool, but I think Philo goes up there. I like high DPS stuff. I hate Merlin. I hate Merlin. Why was she so shit when she came out? They could have made her better. Griamore. Oh, Griamore was so much fun. I'll put him in honorable mentions. Is there anyone here, though, that I liked more than Griamore? I don't know if I'll say I liked Brynhilder. Like, I like fast-paced gameplay. I like high DPS stuff, but the way Brynhilder did it, I felt cheap. You know? I don't know how to explain it. It just felt cheap. Like, the way the team was built, you could only build her one way. I guess Griamore go up there. Yeah. I think that's it. I mean, I can put Jormungandr. I think her release made Deer better, but clearly Deer was made for her. Like, they made Deer stupid because they were gonna make Jormungandr. So it's kind of cheap, right? But she made the game better by existing, so yeah. I think that's my my top 10 favorites. So for the ones that skipped to the end and you're very confused to why I said that post nerf Grimmore is in the top 10 best units in 2022, that's on you. That's your fault.